welcome to Old Time Knits. This is episode 32. Today is April 18th, 2024. Coming to you from central New Hampshire. My name is Marie, and this is my kitty cat, Molly, who's joining us today again. Sometimes she gets into trouble. I hope she's not going to be a problem today. Anyway, this is my channel where I talk about all of my knitting adventures and all of my yarny goodness that I have acquired or am working with, or projects that I am doing. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. All right, thought I'd jump in with finished objects. I don't have any knitwear on today. Couldn't find anything to wear anyway this morning. One of those days. Feels like a Monday. I've been working. So today feels like a Monday because it's the first day I've had off in quite a few. So anyway, I have a pair of socks. These were, I've actually had these on my needles for a little while. I started these a couple months ago, and I tried, these are the pair of socks that I tried using the 9-inch circulars on. I ended up just going back to my beloved magic loop. You know, it's so controversial what kind of method you use to knit socks. It doesn't matter. EPNs, magic loop, circulars. I commend you who can use the circulars, especially on a fingering weight sock, because boy, are they tiny. And I did have a lot of cramping trouble, and I have very long fingers, so I think that might be part of the problem. Maybe it's just a practice thing when you get into them, but I just went back to Magic Loop and completed them on Magic Loop. But it was really worth the experience. I think everybody should try different things, and then you know. And who knows, maybe I could use a larger size circular on something else that small, but it just wasn't all that exciting to me. So anyway, these are for my husband. I don't know if I already said that. I cast on 48 stitches. These are a DK weight. I did 35 on the leg, and he has a big foot. I want to say it's 50 or 52 rounds on the foot on a DK weight, not fingering. So the yarn that I used is one of my faves, and it is Polka Dot Creek. And this was a sock set. This is the DK in the Thankful colorway. It is a 75-25, and the mini that came with it is what I used on the heel and the cuff. And the toe just happened to land correctly, just a little bit off. Doesn't bother me, doesn't bother the husband. So this is fantastic yarn, and it wears really, really well. It does have that nylon in it, so that's very helpful. So that is finished object number 1. No. I hope Molly's not too distracting. She probably won't stay with us too long. All right, and my next finished object was also a work in progress in my last episode. I'm probably going to have to put a picture in of this. This was a test knit for Anina Uti. She is Anina Uti Knits on Instagram, and this is the Zig Zag Zen Blanket. And this allowed me to use up so many scraps. So many. I'm sorry, I'm talking behind my project there. I talked a lot about it in my last episode, but I did want to say that the pattern has been released. It was released this week, just a couple of days ago. So if it was something that you were waiting for, it is an amazing stash buster. And you can go see some of the projects that the testers did. Anina has a podcast also where she talks about it, and she shares some of the other test knitters. So the pattern, you can do anything you want. I opted to go, I think she has the smallest size at 10 sections, and I opted to stop at 8. this is just a lap blanket, or, you know, just something to oh, do it, throw around your shoulders, if you will. I'm just going to put this in my camper, and it'll be great to have around my shoulders if the nights are cooler. And I just didn't have a reason for a really huge blanket. And to be honest with you, I'd had enough of it by then. Um, that's just because that's who I am with blankets. But I will insert a picture of it on the floor. I haven't blocked it yet because we really just have not had good enough days. Always when I have a day off, it's rainy or potential rain or really overcast. And I really want to be able to block it and put it outside so it will dry quickly. But it is a wonderful knit. It is super easy, and like I said, you know, I used up so many scraps. I think I used I can't remember the total grams that I used, but I did use 16 minis to start that, and then I had partial skeins of all kinds of different other colors, and so that was what I ended up, you know, using. It felt so good to use up scraps like that. So yes, that is done, and that has been released, so you can get the pattern over on Ravelry. I also wanted to mention that the other test knit that I did and talked about in my last video is the Baker River shawl, and that's from Judy at the Autumn Acorn Knits. She released it. It has been released. It was recently released, and it's a cute little one skein shawl with a sweet ruffle around the edge of it, and I will insert either a video or picture or something of it here. But if you were waiting for that pattern, then that has also been released and is available over on Ravelry. And I'll link everything down below. I sound like one of those other, you know, all those other people. Everything I talk about is linked down below. All right, and then the final finished object I have was a sample knit for my local yarn store. And if I can get this to be the right way so I can show it properly. Okay, and here it is. Hoping you can see this. So this is a vest. This is called Lowkey, and it's by Elizabeth Smith. And this is not my size, so I did not put it on, but this is done in a summer yarn, split hem, or high-low hem, I should say. And it has some great detailing down the side that goes so nicely into the join. And it does have a cowl neck version or a crew neck version for this. It was a great, easy knit. You start off back and forth for the hem, for the split hem, and then you join in the round, and it's done in the round all the way up to the armholes. Then you knit back and forth, and you 3 needle bind off at the shoulders, and then you pick up and either do the crew neck or the cowl neck. It's cute with the cowl neck, but this is a summer yarn. I probably would have, if I was doing it for myself, I might have done it in just the crew neck. I'm not sure. This is just not really my style, but you could do this in any yarn. And I have a video, I think, or some pictures. I will also insert them so that you can see that. I think I have a video of it so that you can see it better. So the gauge on this is a 17 stitch gauge, and the recommended needle size was a 9. I had to go up to a US 10, so it was done on relatively large needles, which was really nice. It made it go really, really quickly. The yarn that I'm using, I've used before and talked about before. It's called Sea Isle Cotton, and it is 50% organic cotton and 50% fine merino. And this color is called Sunset. And this is what I had left. This took 3 skeins. really, this is a good yarn. I made my pajama cardigan and I made my Corin cardigan out of it. I will say that it does tend to, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It tends to maybe stretch out or grow, or it just does not necessarily hold its shape. It's a very soft yarn, but I just reblock my knits and it seems to help quite a bit. So yes, I did. I used 3 skeins of that. What else did I want to tell you about it? This is a size 4. This was a size 46 that I did, and I would have, gone down a couple of sizes for myself. It's quite a bit wider. So this was a lovely knit, and this is a very versatile piece. I mean, you could throw this over so much, and this is a cropped version. There's also a longer version, a tunic length, I think they call it. But yeah, so that is going to go off to the yarn store, and my local yarn store is the Elegant U in Concord. And sometimes I do sample knits for them. That's always fun. On to whips. And the first project that I have in progress is in a little bag from Hobie & Co. It's just this little box bag. It's the perfect little sock project bag, which is exactly what I have in it. These are a gift knit. I'm working on my Christmas knits. This is a pair of socks, DK weight, for my daughter-in-law for Christmas. Oh, sorry. I am at the toe, actually. I had these as my car knitting, but I got to the toe and I decided I should probably bring them inside. Finish the toe, cast on the next one, so it's just easy, mindless knitting. And so I have to do that. So here's the yarn. It's a self-striping DK weight. Love it. It is from Woolens and Nosh, one of my faves. And it is in her 100% superwash merino DK in the colorway Copper Rose. I think that this was one of her monthly clubs. It's the High Twist DK. And I am also using her yarn for the heel. This did not come with it. This was separate. And this is also High Twist DK, and this is the Mexican hot chocolate colorway, which is awesome. So yes, I am on the toe, and I am using a US 3.25 millimeter. I don't think I said that in my finished object DK socks. I always use the same size. And as soon as I get the toe and the cuff, I'll be on my way again to put them back in the car and take them with me. So yeah, great colorway there with the, I love the self-striping. And Michelle does a really nice job on her self-striping. Is awesome. So that was work in progress number 1. And then work in progress number 2, I have in a silly bag. This is some cosmetic bag or something that my daughter said, "Hey mom, want this for a project bag?" Well, sure I do. Like I don't have enough project bags, right? All right, so this is a half finished object. I have 1 sock done, and these are also a Christmas gift, and these were also some car knitting. I actually forgot I had these, and I just found them again because I swapped projects in the car. I have to do that. Sometimes I get bored with it. Anyway, this is a scrappy version, and I had some leftover self-striping from a pair of socks that I did last year. I'll try and find a picture, see if I can't insert that. So it's self-striping here for the cuff, and then this yarn, and then I started with the same self-striping and did all of this, and look how the heel turned out on that, and all the way to here, and then again I just did the regular. This was Nicole Mendes for the self-striping in her Soft Sock DK, which is an 80-20 blend, and this was in the colorway Coffee Break self-striping. And the other yarn is the deep purple color that I'm using is Plummer Yarn Company in her DK Sock 75-25 merino nylon, and this is in her aubergine colorway. And I love her yarn too. Both of these dyers are fantastic. So I do have the second sock well underway, past the heel and on my way to the toe. So that'll be good because that'll be another gift done and out of the way. So that will make, I think, 5 pair of socks for my holiday knitting out of, I can't even remember how many. A lot. Everybody wants socks for Christmas. So super happy to be, banging those out though, and well on my way to getting a couple more off of the list. All right, and then the other thing that I'm working on is a test knit for Alicia Plummer. We are not allowed to show our finished object, but I thought I would show you my swatch. I'm not finished yet, but I'm pretty close. Anyway, this is the swatch. It's a nice textured knit. It is a vest. It's so good, the texture on it. It's a little hard to show, but I did get gauge, and this yarn is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, which I had this in my stash, so I was super excited. This is a worsted weight. It's 140 yards for 50 grams, 100 grams. Doesn't actually say. Anyway, it's American Targhee Columbia wool. I think it's 50 yard skeins. So this is sourced in Wyoming, spun in Harrisville, New Hampshire, and dyed in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This I got at Harrisville Designs. This is the color Storm Cloud, which I thought was appropriate because the name of the pattern is the Cloudy Days Vest. This yarn is so lightweight and airy, it weighs nothing. And I was so happy because I had almost 5 full skeins of this in my stash, and that is pretty much what would be required for my size in this. So I was super happy to be able to use stash yarn. When I do test knits, I really, really, really try to use my stash, and I have been banging out some stash this year and haven't been buying too much, although I do have a few acquisitions this time. I've been trying to buy, like everybody else, mindfully, or whatever the word is, just as I need it, or if I see something and it floats my boat, then yeah, sure, I'll buy it. Right. Next up, I cast on a summer t-shirt. This is my first year doing a summer tee. I did not think that I would have a place for them and wear them, but I think I will. I wasn't too sure about working with cotton yarns, to be honest with you. I did try to work with a cotton yarn quite a while back, a few years back, and it wrecked my hands, and that kind of turned me off and made me, I don't know, hesitant to find, hesitant to knit with it, if you will. So, but I decided to try again this year, and I think probably as you get experienced, or as you, knit the longer you knit, the more you're you just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I was a little less adventurous. That's exactly what I was trying to say. You get a little more adventurous, if you will, or more daring to try things and try them again. Oh, all that to say, geez, I have cast on a, what's on it? A little t-shirt. This is the Trillian Lake by Kay Hopkins of Knit for the Soul. I have knit this previously. It is a short sleeve summer tee. I knit this as a sample for my local yarn store. I will try and find a picture here to insert. It is a wonderful knit. It starts off as textured yoke, just a little bit of texture up at the neckline. It does have short rows in the back. Sorry, it's a little crumply. And then it moves on to raglan, which I love because I think that adds so much to the fit for me. And I love a raglan. Raglan's my favorite. But anyway, it's just a little, I don't know if you can see that. And everybody is screaming right now, it's black. Are you crazy? No. I will tell you that that was the goal. I wanted a black t-shirt because as everybody knows, you get these staple pieces. And I knew that I wanted a black sweater of some sort. And then I decided that probably a summer version would be better. And then it wouldn't take me forever on long sleeves as well because I have such long arms. So anyway, gosh, the yarn that I'm using is Universal Yarn and it's Bamboo Pop. I purchased this at a yarn store in Maine. I can't remember when I purchased it. It is 50% cotton and 50% bamboo. 100 grams has 292 yards on it. Yeah, so this is it. And it is really great. It has been lovely to work with, and it has not been hurting my hands. And I'm so happy. Look at how drapey this is. So I will have this done soon. I am on the body and I have a few more inches to go because I don't want it to be cropped, but I don't want it to be too long. And while I'm at it, I thought I would talk about this tool that I got. I got so much going on attached here. I'm gonna try not to lose my stitches. Sorry. Okay. So I have this attached. And this is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, a measuring tape. I'm sorry, I'm kind of fumbling. It has centimeters on one side and inches on the other. And I have this hooked at my underarm so that I can measure the length on my underarm as I go. And this is from Twice Sheared Sheep. I'm not sponsored. I like her items. She has nice things. And this is called the Work Until measuring tape. So it's brilliant. It hooks onto it has a little hook on it. And you just put it on your needle. I have it at the beginning of my round and it just hangs there. And then when you come around, you don't have to keep dragging out your measuring tape. It's there for you. So I have mine set to like 13 inches to the ribbing because that's usually what I do for my sweaters. Of course, I'll be trying this on as I go a lot. I've already tried it on. It fits nice. Anyway, I thought that was a really handy tool to have, and like I said, inches and centimeters. It's a brilliant little notion. So that is that. Yes, I'm very happy with that, and I will I will probably do, a midway length on my arm, not little shorty. I think it's got shorter cap. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, I will make mine mid-length so I can cover my bat wings. And I can't wait to have it done. I have really, really enjoyed this a lot. And I didn't know if I would, but it has not been hurting my hands. I forgot to say, I wanted to talk a little bit about this. So my gauge is off on this. Get it back out here. This is done on a US 4, 3.5 millimeter needle, and a US 3, 3.25 for the ribbing, or to cast on. It actually has a rolled neck. There is an option for a ribbed neck, but I just let it roll. I thought that was awful cute. Anyway, what I was trying to say is the pattern gauge is 22 stitches, and mine was, when I gauge swatched, I ended up what I thought was on gauge, and it didn't work out. I cast on with size 4, and I'm on about a 24 stitch gauge, so I had to go up a size. When you have more stitches than what the pattern gauge stitches are, it's going to yield a smaller size. So I went up a size, and so my gauge is, I think it's tighter. It was tighter. I could have gone and should have gone up a needle size, but by the time I realized my gauge, I was well into it, and I did not dare go up a needle size and have it, have a line across somewhere to have a line that, of a different gauge. So anyway, I opted to stay with that. I'm super happy with the fabric, so I'm not unhappy with how it's coming out. I just had to go up a size to get the correct fit for my body. So always learning, but I really like the fabric on this, and I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it. I can't wait to have it done. Hopefully next podcast I'll have it done and I can be wearing it. I do have a couple of things that I'm looking forward to casting on, and pretty soon, I hope. The first one, I have some information in front of me that I'm going to, if I'm looking down, I am going to put some pictures on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. The first one, I actually had the long sleeve version of it as my dream knitting a few podcasts back, but then the short sleeve, or the summer version, t-shirt version, was just released. So this is the Skyline Tea, and it's by Tori Yu, Tori Knits NYC on Instagram. It is obviously a summer tee. It is saddle shoulder construction, which I have not done yet, and it has that beautiful ribbed patterning down the shoulders, going right onto the sleeves. Hers is it has 9 sizes, finished bust of 34 to 66 inches. It is done in a fingering weight yarn, I know, on a 25 stitch gauge, which that's pretty close to what I'm knitting now with my t-shirt that I'm doing now. It's done on a US 3, 3.25 millimeter, and hers is a little bit shorter. I would add some length to that for my long torso, but I thought that this was a really sweet little knit, and I don't know what I'm using for yarn yet. I really want to be mindful when I think about it. I do not have enough in stash of one color or one type of yarn to make that work. And I don't think that I want a striped version or a marled version. So I am going to think about it a little bit, and I'm going to check out my local yarn store and see what they have for options for it. But I'm pretty excited about it. So I'll do it in a summery yarn probably. She did it in a wool, 100% non-superwash wool, and but I want to be able to wear it. I think maybe a cotton or a cotton blend of some sort. So that was my first one. And then my second one, all of the people, the current people attending our Woodland Retreat coming next January, we are in an Instagram group together so that we can get to know each other a little bit more. And we decided to do a knit along, and we're all knitting, well, most of us, or whoever wants to, I don't know if it's all of us, are knitting the Sea Haven sweater by Jennifer Shields Toland. I knit her Riptide mitts, which I absolutely love. I like her patterns a lot. So let me give you some information on it. It has 9 sizes. It is for bust measurements 33 inches to 63¼ inches. It is a yoke construction done on a DK weight, and it gives you options in the pattern for full length sleeves or short sleeves. And the gauge is 19 stitches on a US size 6 4mm needle. So I haven't swatched for this yet. I think that I am going to do the short sleeve version and do this as a summer tee as well. I just feel like I need a few of those in my wardrobe, and now's the time. So I don't have a for sure yarn yet. I need to gauge swatch, but all of us are knitting this. Some have cast it on, some are about to cast it on, and yeah, so that'll be good. I've got a couple of t-shirty summer knits on the radar to get done. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about is I have a few acquisitions. If you're not interested in that, then I understand, and I will see you in the next video. But if you are, I have a few acquisitions. Sorry, bang the table here. Okay, let's see what I have. Sometimes some of our favorite hand dyers have fantastic sales, and I happened to hit another one of those recently. So I have been looking at my stash, and I realized that I have used a lot of stash, and I don't have a whole lot of color in my stash. I'm usually not one to wear a lot of bright colors, if you will, but just because I don't wear them doesn't mean I don't use them. And every time I've been doing a pattern lately, I have realized that, you know, I'm looking at the same colors, the grays, the browns, the blues, some amber colors, and I tend to go to those colors and do the, you know, autumn tones, which I very much like, olive green, all of that. So not to say that I'm not still buying those, but I also wanted to add some color. And lacking in the fingering weight department, some colors too. So anyway, this Dyer had a sale, a really good sale. So I bought a few different skeins from her. She is on Etsy, and this is Mandy's Makings. She usually does like a share a pair, where you can buy a sock set and share it with a friend and each get a pair of shorties out of it. Anyway, this is her DK weight. I was particularly looking for some, you know, colorful and speckly kind of yarns. This color, which I thought the speckles were great on, it's blue. I just said I have blue. And this is 75.25 on our DK weight, and this color is called Spring into Action. Super pretty. And then this one is also DK, and it is in the sea green colorway. Look at it. So these are the kind of things that I like to have for the grandkids because, they like these brighter colors and fun colors, and it's a joy to knit them for them. And then I also purchased 3 others from her. These are all fingering weight. And these are on her 75.25. This is 100 grams. Okay. This is her fingering weight, 100 grams. Pretty color. 462 yards, and it's called Bushels of Fun. Look at the speckles in that one. Oh, so pretty. Fingering weight. And then I got 2 smaller skeins of DK. And these are them. These are 50 gram skeins. This is the Road to Super Bowl. Look at the speckles on this. So pretty. Look at that bright pink one there. And then this one is called Spring Rainbows. So pretty. So pretty. I'm sorry, those 2. These are 50 gram skeins. These are 50 gram skeins on fingering weight. Sorry, I said DK. I meant fingering. Anyway, she had some good prices. She had a good sale going on, and she had some nice speckling. So I will make sure I link her down below. And then my friend Judy, the Autumn Acorn, she is always waxing on about this particular yarn, so I decided I was going to get some and try it. And it is Silky Wool. Elizabeth, I can never remember her name. Elizabeth Levold, or Elsbeth Levold. This is a DK weight. I think she said it's DK weight. Anyway, it's 45% wool, 35% silk, and 20% nylon. There's 175 meters to 50 grams, and this is color number 08. And it is a mossy green colorway. Information there. And Judy has been using this now for quite some time, and she has done a couple of different garments in it, and she just loves it. She loves it, so she should be a spokesperson for it. So I think that I have enough to do either one of the t-shirts that I just showed. I think I have enough yarn I think I got 5 skeins of this, maybe 6 skeins of this. And so I may use this for one of those. And but I need to gauge swatch it. But what a great color. I love this color. And then the last thing I acquired was I got sucked into Instagram. And I follow a designer. Her name is Amy Scher. And she is Amy Scher Makes. And she just recently opened an online store on her website. And this is a new yarn. I think it's new, not just new to me, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it is called Sayona, and it is from Wool Dreamers. It's lovely. It is a 240 yards to 50 grams. For fingering weight. It is 50% Lana Merina and 50% Algodon. This is the color Guthrie. So beautiful heathered fingering weight wool. Um, she actually has a short sleeve sweater design coming out. I think it's tomorrow. This is beautiful, very lightweight. Um, it, I don't know if, I think I have enough for a smaller, a short sleeve version. I hope so, but I did swatch with it. It swatched nicely. I forgot to bring my swatch. It just really appealed to me. I love the heathered look, and it is a neutral tone, which I don't have a lot of neutrals, so I thought I would get some of that. And I think our pattern is releasing tomorrow. I can't remember the name of it, but it's cute. It's got cables coming down for raglan increases, and I've not done that yet either. So all of this summer plans of summer knitting, my goodness. So I recently have started watching a podcast that I have been kind of sucked into. It is, it's just a great, she's just so um, enthusiastic. So her name is Summer Lee, and she is a prolific sock knitter, sock designer, and she recently started a podcast again. She used to have one quite a few years ago, and she recently fired it up again. And she's a wealth of knowledge and so much fun and just so easygoing and again enthusiastic. Her enthusiasm is contagious, is how I would like to say it. But she just recently released a book, and this is her book, and it is called The Sock Project. And it has 25 patterns, and it has all kinds of different heels. It has cuff down, it has toe up, it has like tips on sizing and tips on fit. And it is just a wealth of information. And most of the patterns are in a fingering weight sock, but there are a few DK, but there's color work, there's stripes, there's, vanilla. Anyway, I just purchased it because I wanted to support her. She is a breath of fresh air to me and has so much energy, and I just really have enjoyed her podcast. So I decided to purchase her book. I purchased this off of Amazon, and I think it was around $22 US dollars. And I just decided to purchase it to support her. It's really a great book, and I like the idea of having a few different heel options and some different patterns. And boy, when you get 25 patterns in a book, that is a deal. You know how expensive patterns can be on their own, but realistically, designers don't make that much money off of their patterns anyway. So if you want to check her out, she is, I will link her information, and I will put her name on the screen, but she is wonderful. It just has, just some great tips. She's got some thick socks. She's got stripy socks. It really is a lovely book. This would be a beautiful gift for a knitter. It has the basics. So anyway, I think you should check her out if you haven't. And this was the best $22 I've spent in a long time. You can go through, I don't know, a fast food place. Not that I do that anymore. But my husband and I used to go through a fast food place, and it was like 20 bucks, 21 bucks for us to each get a meal. So I figured this was a worthwhile investment. So if you get a chance, check her out. And this is her new book. Okay, and the final thing that I wanted to mention is our Winter Woodland Retreat for January of 2025. We have 3 spots left. If anybody is interested, that is so exciting to us. If you are interested, then please feel free to reach out to me. I will have my email and my Instagram, and there is information on Ravelry, and there is a video here on YouTube, which I will try and link that above so that you can go watch that if you'd like to. I think that was pretty much it. I did want to mention I am not normally a TV person. I don't usually, I just don't watch TV. I just don't. I knit, and I do watch a lot of podcasts. I do enjoy the knitting podcasts mostly. I'm trying to, or I'm going to venture into possibly listening to books on audiobooks. I don't know if I can do that. I think I did try that previously, and I found myself messing up my knitting because I was trying to listen, but I might be able to do that now. That was in the earlier stages of coming back around to knitting. So anyway, all that to say, while I have been knitting on my Trillian Lake tea, it's just stockinette and it's fingering weight. I have been watching on Amazon Prime a series called The Village, and it is so good. It is a family of farmers struggling to stay afloat during World War I, and it is just very touching. The sad part about it is it's only 2 seasons, and so I don't have that many more episodes to go, but it really is a great story, if you will. So that is what I have been doing to get through all those miles of stockinette on fingering. Hey, I think that I am going to call it a day here. I appreciate you all so much. I've recently had quite a few new subscribers. Thank you so much for that. And to those of you who always come back, I am always touched by the thought that you came back. You have a million choices out there for people you could visit or sit with, and I am honored that you choose me. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I love reading the comments. I do respond to each and every one of them. And yeah, this has been really a fun thing for me. So until the next time, happy knitting, happy everything. Take care. Bye-bye.